Hey Cancer, this is Michael with your general reading for October 2020. I do hope that this video finds you well and in good spirits. I am so excited to see what we have in store for you for the month of October. In case you haven't been able to tell, it's quite an interesting and dynamic month astrologically. There's a lot of things that are shifting. We are in Libra season, so it's like the scales are finding a new balance, and that can cause a little bit of chaos in our lives, especially with Mercury going retrograde towards the second half of the month. We're going to be talking a lot about what all of this means as we're pulling cards for you. I do have the astrology blog linked down below if you're interested in the specific dates for when these aspects will be occurring. It can kind of give you a good sense of what might be happening when, and it can also be a way to learn about astrology. I don't actually have the write-up finished yet, so it is just the list of the dates for now, but that write-up and summary for the month should be available shortly. I do also have links for personal readings and Reiki sessions for those of you who are looking for some personalized assistance in their own lives, as well as links for all of my social media and donations for those of you who feel so called. I do offer sales and giveaways from time to time, so it's a great way to stay in my network, to follow me on social media, and to subscribe if you haven't already done that. I usually do offer giveaways or sales after hitting certain milestones, and we are creeping up on that 50,000, so hint hint, might be sometime soon. And I haven't done one in a while, so I think I will be doing one soon anyways regardless, but just always good to kind of keep those milestones in mind as well. So Cancer, we are shuffling first for the first half of October, and then we will be looking at the second half of the month. But as I'm shuffling here, we did start off the month with a full moon in Aries. And this is touching on your house of home, your fourth house. I'm sorry, your house of career, your 10th house. And you might have had some sort of completion with work, or a leveling up, or you're just feeling very determined to create something for yourself, to create a career for yourself. And I feel like you're taking a lot of things very seriously this month, actually, just because of the astrology. With us being in Libra season, you're very focused on domesticity and your home life. And there's a lot of lessons or themes centering around that area of your life. There is also potentially some room for conflict with family, especially with Mars being in your opposite, or in the opposite sign of Aries from your IC, or your fourth house. So there might be conflict with family going on. But I think there's really this focus as well on long-term partnership, because we have a lot of things happening in your opposite sign as well. I'm telling you, it's a really crazy month. We started, or rather finished, September with Saturn going direct in your opposite sign. And whenever you have something going on in your opposite sign, it affects you very personally, as well as your relationships. And you've been going through a lot of lessons because of that over the past couple of years. You are going to be finishing those up towards the end of the year when Saturn finally moves into Aquarius once and for all. But there's just been some themes that you might be finishing up on. And it's really helping you build relationships that are actually going to go where you want them to. And there could even be a level of commitment that's coming. You know, with the energy in your 7th house right now, with Saturn and Jupiter and Pluto, it could really be like this energy of make or break. So for those of you who are in relationships, it could really test your relationship to its limits, and it can also bring you closer together. And there is even the possibility that you could meet someone who is, you know, compatible for you long term and wants a similar lifestyle as you do. But you're just thinking a lot about these things right now. So let's see. Let's pull one more card. Let's wait for one more message before we really dive in. Interesting. Yeah. 10 of Cups, you really are thinking about this a lot. This is showing up in your mind. So that's kind of confirmation for me. We do have the Death card in the reverse. Some of you have been having a hard time letting go of something or going through a hard healing process. I do feel like you are coming out of the other side, but you have the Devil and the Seven of Coins here that's really weighing on your heart. And this could be having a hard time letting something go. You're almost through it, but there's still some cords that are either attaching you to a person or a situation that just isn't really serving you, and you're trying to figure out how you can live a life that is just more enjoyable, and what it is that you really want out of life. We're looking at, you know, the career you want, the home you want, the family you want, the relationship you want, whatever that is, or however that looks to you. You're just thinking a lot about that and how to create this future for yourself. There could actually be a Capricorn in the picture with this Devil card. We're also looking at Scorpio energy as well. But again, the Devil tells me there's lessons. There's things that you need to overcome. There's things that you need to let go of. And there might even be, interestingly enough, a level of financial control in your life. This could be from a partner, this could be from a family member, it might even be from an employer or an employee, someone who's holding back money from you. I could actually see that. And it's almost like a manipulation, kind of keeping you stuck in a situation, and maybe that's why you're having a hard time letting this go. You might physically not be able to make a move right now because of this. But with this Ten of Cups, it's just very, very important for you to figure out what it is that makes you happy. Because I do feel like you are making plans. You are taking that seriously now. And I feel like Cancer, with this energy, I almost get the sense that you've been trying to wait for the perfect time to make a move in your life, to do something that makes you happy, or to change, turn into a new chapter, and you've been waiting for that perfect moment, and you're really realizing for the month of October that it's not about waiting for the perfect moment. You have to just kind of take a step. You have to take a leap of faith. So that's what's coming up pretty strongly so far. I do want to clarify this Death in reverse energy before we go on. Might be able to help explain this Devil and Seven of Coins. Or maybe there's another message here for you too. Ah, so the Queen of Wands showing up in the reverse here. And this could be a fire sign individual that you're dealing with, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or someone who's being quite dramatic, or perhaps even self-centered. Histrionic is a word that comes to mind, very theatrical. And it's almost like, I kind of look at that with the Devil, and it could be like a narcissistic situation, or someone who's just very self-absorbed and very manipulative. Not so great energy, to be honest with you, but it still feels like it's around you. And for some reason, you're having a very hard time cutting ties with this person. Doesn't need to be female, it could be male, female, non-binary, whatever. We're not really looking at gender so much in these readings, but there's this strange dynamic with this person that I feel like you've been in for a very long time, or perhaps a situation that you've been in for a very long time. And you're kind of looking at things, and you might have thought that they would have gotten better by now, and you might be seeing that it's kind of stuck where it is, or what you really want doesn't necessarily seem attainable where things are standing right now. So you are really thinking about, how do I create this happiness for myself? How do I create a life that I want? And with the Queen of Wands in reverse, I also feel like some of you are just having a hard time tapping into your own passion. You're feeling a little burnt out as well, especially if you are kind of a Leo cusp. Let's pull an animal card. Let's get some advice on the table, shall we? And then we can look at the second half of October. So what is the advice for Cancer? What is the animal wisdom? And you can kind of think of these as almost spirit guides for you, or animals that you can call on to help. And we have the hawk. And the hawk is about looking at the bigger picture, seeing things from a higher perspective. You might be noticing things you haven't seen before, and it does feel like this is talking about this Ten of Cups. You're looking for this future for yourself and really trying to orient yourself. I'm getting this image of like being above the woods, and it's like you're finally seeing the forest instead of just looking at the trees. And it's like you're finally figuring out how to get out of this situation. And when I see the hawk as well, it is often a signifier of change. So there could be a change in your situation soon where you're able to get out of this challenging situation or dynamic that allows you to move forward. And it could actually be quite unexpected, because a lot of the time with the hawk card, the change kind of comes out of the blue. It's not necessarily the change that we're anticipating or expecting, and it's like you might think things are going to go one way, and with hawk, it's like be prepared to be surprised. You know, it talks about fate, it talks about destiny, and the winds of fate are starting to change. And that's happening for you in this Libra season. So let's look at the second half of October now. We're looking more into the Scorpio energy. And for you, that is your 5th house, interestingly enough. Your house of joy, of pleasure, of dating. Anything that, you know, makes your heart ignite. So tell me about the Scorpio season, the second half of October for Cancer. Show me clearly. We have the 6 of Wands. There is this celebration or this victory, this overcoming. You are overcoming something. And there is an end in sight if it's not something that you get out of by the end of the month. You also have the Hierophant. We could be dealing with Taurus energy. But I actually feel like there is this mentor or this teacher or someone online who is helping you. And it's making you feel like there's new possibilities in your life. This person's making you feel good, whatever this message is or whatever this support is. Some of you could also be really thinking about, again, this sort of traditional family or this traditional home life or whatever it is that you want for yourself. You're kind of combing through those beliefs or really refining that for you and building something. I do have a Knight of Wands energy here as well. So again, there could be a fire sign in the picture, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. It's interesting. I actually want to clarify. Why is this Knight of Wands here? You could be making some forward strides. Why is this Knight of Wands here? Could be someone coming back from the past again. That's what I thought. 7 of Wands. I feel like someone wants to pick a fight with you. And again, Mercury is going to be retrograde, Mars is already retrograde, the potential for conflict is actually quite high, and I see you somehow coming out on top. This might just be you being the bigger person, and knowing what your values are, knowing what your priorities are. You're not necessarily getting swept up in this ego struggle here. But it feels like you're kind of defending yourself and really standing up for yourself. And you could be standing up to this person who is this devil energy in your life. This unhealthy individual or this imbalanced individual. You're finally drawing boundaries for yourself. Let's see. I'm very curious to see what the animal wisdom is here. Ooh, dragon. Okay, so this is your solar plexus chakra. Yeah, you're feeling very confident and very fiery. I feel like you actually are standing up for yourself, and it feels like this is a situation that's been going on for a very long time between you and someone else. Whether this is a work situation, a family situation, a relationship, a friendship, I feel like you're finally standing up for yourself. And it's not necessarily in a way where you're being petty about it. I feel like you can really be quite mature with this energy and, you know, maybe even be careful because you might be breathing fire on someone if you're not practicing that restraint. But honestly, Cancer, it's almost like this person kind of deserves it, if that does happen, just saying. But it might make things more complicated for you in the long run. So look out for your own best interests as well as this other person. You don't want to make a situation even worse or really, you know, get yourself even more stuck perhaps or more trapped. But I feel like for some reason you're somehow standing up for yourself and you're moving forward. And with this dragon card, it's like you're taking flight and finding this inner fire. I really, really enjoy this card for you because you started off the month with the Queen of Wands in reverse, and it felt like you were kind of burnt out, and something is reigniting you. You have a lot of fire in the second half of the month, and I feel like you know what's important to you, you're standing up for that, and it's like you're fighting for the things that you believe in and the things that you care about. Very, very interesting. Is there anything else? I do want to pull one more card. Let's clarify the Six of Wands. I'm excited for this. What is the Six of Wands about? What is this victory? What is this thing you're feeling very good about? The Two of Wands and the Tower. Very, very interesting. And my eye was actually being very drawn to this tower in the back of the Six of Wands, if you can see this here. Yeah, and it's actually, it looks identical to the tower here. And it's funny because I almost feel like, Cancer, you're the one initiating the tower. You're the one kind of causing a collapse in someone else's life, or, you know, someone's ego is being brought down a notch. That's really interesting. But I feel like you're feeling victorious, or you've overcome something, and it might be causing a little bit of a collapse or a crumbling for somebody else, but frankly, I think it's needed because the situation hasn't been healthy. This could also be you getting out of the tower, getting out of a situation. Again, it feels like this is something you're initiating, and the Two of Wands, it's like you have this plan, and you might even be putting it into action towards the end of the month. But the Two of Wands is about planning, and it's not necessarily about waiting or waiting for something to change. It's like, how do I go forward? It's not the Two of Swords, it's not the Two of Pentacles where you're kind of weighing things out or trying to figure things out. You're willing to go for something, and you're charting your course of action, you're charting your next step. And this feels really, really good. Again, there's a lot of perspective you're actually getting out of this month. So that's really, really exciting. I'm actually excited for you because it feels like you're just so confident and free and fiery by the end of the month. I'm loving this energy for you, Cancer. I'm really, really happy for you, actually. So I hope this video was helpful. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments down below what the situation is. Is it a relationship? Is it a work situation? Is it your family? Maybe you can support each other and kind of help each other out as well. I think that's always great. These comment sections are actually usually pretty supportive in general on my videos, and that's always nice to see. So I very much encourage that. It's great to be part of. Again, make sure to hit like or subscribe. It does help this channel grow, and as do your comments, and it allows me to keep doing this work. You can also get a personal reading or Reiki session from me down below, as well as find all my other information. And I will see you, Cancer, in the next video. Have a happy October.